This is probably the sassiest I've seen a man act on Pop the Balloon. The last time Brian was on Pop the Balloon, I actually agreed with a lot of what he says. And the women were actually trying to date him. But because of his statements on baby daddies and them having more than one baby daddy being a red flag, they popped. But a lot of men was clapping it up for Brian. But Brian came back and made a fool out of himself. Brian stands about 5'1" or 5'2" max, and I'm not kidding. Like that's an actual height. So he's been short his entire life, and he's been getting rejected by women for being short his entire life. Is nothing new. And he does well with women, but some women, that's a deal breaker. So I would think if you've been getting rejected for your height your entire life and you're 40 plus years old, you would have developed some great ways or some great responses to react to being rejected. I wouldn't expect at 40 plus years old, being rejected for being short will still be a trigger for you. And when Brian came on the Pop the Balloon this time around, he was sounding triggered. He was sounding super sassy and he really made himself look crazy. His reputation precedes him because before he even came into the frame, women were already popping. As soon as women spotted his silhouette, bro, they were popping. They didn't want to deal with him because of what he said on previous episodes, like the reunion and on the show.
Let's go ahead and bring out our first single guy. Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
Brian,
Brian, how old are you?
41.
And what do
That gotta hurt, bro. It was 10 women in total, and 5 out of the 10 popped their balloons. So off the rip, before you even said a word, bruh, hi, I'm Brian, pop, pop, pop. That means, bruh, yo, you have been hard on women, bruh. Now, a lot of things that Brian said in the last episode, I agree with. They didn't for some reason. I wonder why. Now, when Brian starts speaking, it's really apparent Brian ain't really here for no love, bruh. Brian is concerned with trying to be the next Kevin Samuels, bruh. Brian is concerned with trying to be a social media star. Brian would even announce that he's writing a book on how to deal with women or certain things that men needs, which means that like his last appearance sort of went to his head. People have been telling him, "Hey, bro, you was really spitting, man. You was really giving these women game, bro. Write a book." So now Brian is trying to be a social media star, and you will see with how he interacted during this episode, him being a social media star is his concern is not finding love on this show.
you do?
I'm an aircraft mechanic.
All right. Now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
I like to go to lounges. I like to read. I like to write. I got a book out, The Perfect Match. I'm sure everybody know that already.
The crash out was a slow buildup, and even though Brian acted like a straight goofy at times in this episode, I'm not about to sit here and tell you that Brian ain't say no truths. Brian was spitting a little bit, but the sass overcame the spitting. Now, the first woman or woman that he dealt with is a woman from the previous episodes that a lot of people don't like either, right? Like they look at her as somebody who is there for clout. She's super vain, super like prissy. So her and Brian had an interaction. Apparently they had beef in the past and they hashed out their beef live on Pop the Balloon. And what Brian said to her kinda turned off a lot of other women.
I'm Alicia and I'm 29.
And Alicia, what do you do?
I'm a content creator.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
I think we're both vets to the show. I've seen you on the show. I do think you're a little strict for me. I do tend to date taller guys. And we've just had some interesting interactions on the internet. I don't know. You're a little spicy on the internet. You've said some not nice things to me, so.
Oh, to you directly?
Yeah, I just feel like it was just after a catch up or something. We just had an interesting interaction, and I just didn't like the way you handled me on the internet. I thought it was a little rude.
Okay. So, Brian, anything you want to say? And is she also someone that's your type?
I mean, she looks good, right? But I think I would pass.
That's fair.
The thing you're speaking about on the internet, you called me sassy in the comments. I really didn't appreciate that. I thought that was disrespectful,
Okay.
right? And I said something back to you, and that was pretty much it, really. But I think you're moving a little too fast. I really don't think you're here for love, to be honest with you. Last time you would say you had your homegirl with you on the episode.
You're
I really
promoting a
don't think
book.
y'all was really.
You came out and basically like promoted your book, so I thought that was a little interesting as well. But I am here for love. You're not my type.
I doubt
and
that,
Thank
baby.
you.
I doubt that, but
That's
it's
okay.
cool.
We're not
It's
here
cool.
for you. Mwah.
Brian isn't wrong from my perspective, bro. You called me sassy. bruh, I'm gonna show you what sassy is. That's just a fact, bruh. All right, you disrespected me as a man. Also, too, his assessment of now she's a her occupation is content creator. She, o- Obviously, she's not commenting on Pop the Balloon just to find love. Because if it was just to find love, bro, she has an Instagram, she has a Twitter, she has real life. She's an attractive woman. She gets approached at least 5 times a day, obviously. So no duh. Like you're here for clout. Like it's that simple. He's not wrong at all. Now here's where Ryan or Brian, I should say. Here's where Brian starts getting out of pocket. All right, he starts to hear the "I'm popping on you because you are short," and then he begins to fight back. Initially, his initial points of "y'all are hyper fixed on my height. What if I hyper fix on y'all hair?" To me, that's pretty valid. But he should have left it at that. When you start going back and forth and arguing and being hostile, that's when you start coming off as sassy.
Let's move on. Your name and age.
Hi, I'm Alexis, and I'm 30 years old.
And Alexis, what do you do?
I'm doing well, thank you. So I'm a teacher by day and an entrepreneur by night.
Okay. What kind of businesses do you have?
It's a cold pressed juice business.
Very nice. And why did you end up popping your balloon?
Outside of the height, you said you like to go to lounges, and I'm not big on lounges, so that's ultimately why.
Okay.
Is she someone that's your type?
She's nice.
Thank you.
I would approach her. But, lounges as a deal breaker for you, I don't really understand that, but okay.
Thank you. Let's go here. Your name and age.
Makara, 29.
And Makara, what do you do?
I'm a therapist.
Nice. And why did you end up popping your balloon?
It's solely just height for me. Height is a big preference for me, so that was just it.
No, we have to ask, how tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
Mm-hmm. And look at Brian's face. And Brian, now she's someone that's your type.
She's good. She's good. I just think it's a cop-out, That's the first thing y'all talk about is height. I think it's a cop-out. I think it's an easy thing to say, oh, he's not my height. But if I was up here talking about your weight, if I was up here talking about the weave, the lashes, and everything like
I
that,
have weave.
then it would go
From my head.
I'm just saying. Just saying. If you feel like I'm less of a man because I'm shorter than the 6 feet,
I
then
didn't say
that's a
that. You
problem.
said that. All I said was I didn't like your height for me. That was my
understand.
preference.
I
That was
get
it.
you. I understand. I mean,
I
it's
wish you
cool,
well,
but
though.
it's always the second or third one talking about height. So I just want to bring it to forefront about what's the problem with that. What's the fixation y'all women have with height,
Okay.
preference, and all that. Listen, I got enough confidence and enough prosperity to be able to stand taller than the tallest guy in the room. You heard me? But you won't
I
experience
love that for
so,
you. I hope
sure.
somebody experiences that.
For sure. I hear you.
Thank you.
He's not wrong with nothing he says, right? If men are being chastised or being frowned upon for hyper focusing on makeup and hair and they calling that sassy, then hyper focusing on height to me is the same thing. But I see this mistake made by a lot of men is they focus a lot on the women who reject them and they miss out on the women who have their balloon pop. Because the more a woman see you go back and forth with another woman, bro, she automatically starts grouping you into a certain category. So what Brian did was Brian argued with a woman who had her balloon pop within 3 seconds of seeing him. And because he did that and brought up the hair, the weave stuff, that cost him a match with a woman who actually held onto her balloon. She had her balloon. She really wanted to match with Brian. She's seen other episodes. She didn't mind his other episodes. But Brian fumbled that woman because he went back and forth and argued with the woman, who brought up his height.
So why did you end up popping your balloon?
So like the other lady said, I have seen you on previous episodes and I did find it a little distasteful, but I've never met you in person. I wanted to give you a chance. That's why I had it unpopped. But then I witnessed it for myself. The same distaste I kind of saw in the last episodes. To be specific, I guess I'll say, I think you say you're very confident, but when somebody brings up height, you get very defensive, which is not indicative of confidence. And so for me, I wanted to hear you out because I did have a prefixed judgment of you, but I wanted to hear you out. And then that interaction kind of confirmed what I prejudged. So.
Okay.
All right. No, she's someone that's your type.
She's good. She's definitely a catch.
Thank you.
But, I think he was wrong with that, The fixation height that y'all women have, that's a
Don't
problem.
say y'all. I never spoke on your height.
You just spoke on the height.
No, I never spoke
You
on
just
your
spoke
height.
on the height.
I never spoke on your height. I said what you did on your previous episodes was distasteful to me, but I wanted to give you a chance to come out here and interact with you myself. I actually wanted to answer one of your questions, which is why I had my balloon unpopped. But you got, I won't say sassy. You got defensive with her, and I didn't appreciate that. And I feel like you were like that on the previous episodes, and I saw it in real
But
life.
that's not you. That's a whole nother woman. So you a girl's girl?
Define girls, girl.
Or you a girl's girl? You know
Define
exactly what that means.
No,
You know exactly what that means. Are you a girl? Bro, relax, man. Breathe. Breathe, bro. She's not your enemy. She's actually one of the few women who actually gave you the benefit of the doubt. So for him to go this hard at her, well, I wouldn't even count this as going hard at her because he goes harder on other women, but he's just unhappy and unpleasant, right? Like some people just walk up and they have great energy, they have great presence. Brian is walking up to these women with bad energy, bruh. It looks like he came looking for an argument because you can see him in this particular interaction. He's seeking out an argument, right? He tried to seek out an argument with the height thing. She says, no, bro, I've never mentioned your height. Like, it's not height for me. So now he's trying to seek out another argument with this. And he would eventually call her a follower, which rubbed a lot of other women wrong as well.
oh, define girls, girl.
You're a girl's girl. So when
Define
you're a
girls, girl.
that kind of mean you would choose a woman before you choose a man. That's what that would mean.
Yes.
You would? Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on. Let's go down here. Your name and age.
Y'all gonna get it today.
Hi, I'm Shaylin
Y'all
and
gonna
I'm
get it
30.
today.
Bro, did y'all hear? As he's walking away, he's saying into the mic, y'all gonna get it today. Y'all gonna get it today. This man is, he's unhinged. He's becoming unhinged now, bruh. He got rejected a few times. Some for his height, some for other reasons, past behavior, present behavior. So now he's going completely manic mode, bruh. Y'all gonna get it today? Bro, that sounds crazy, bruh. You're making yourself look stupid right now. You gonna get it today? Get what today? Right? What, like a verbal lashing? Bro, these women... Nobody is coming to hear Brian give his best Kevin Samuels impression, bruh.
Shaylin, what do you do?
I'm a nursing student.
And so why did you end up popping your balloon?
I'm copping out. It's because you're short.
Okay.
And I don't like men that argue with women. All that going back and forth is crazy.
Okay. No problem. Okay.
Is she someone that's your type?
She's nice. She'll catch. But then again, she's a girl's girl.
Keep
You're a
it
follower.
cute. Keep it
You a
cute.
follower, love.
Keep it cute,
You
buddy.
weren't about what I'm telling the next woman. You're a follower.
Here you go, argue
Worry
with
about what I
women
tell
again.
you.
That's
It's really
crazy.
not about being argumentative. It's about really letting you women know what's the deal on a national television show, YouTube.
We're not
right?
interested. It's okay.
It's all
Just
good.
take
You
it
don't have
the
to be
chin.
interested,
Move
but you're
on.
going to listen to what I got to tell you after
Let's
you
move
say
on.
what
Let's
you
move
said,
on.
right?
Let's move on. Let's move on.
It's all fair game.
All right.
I'll be real, bro. I don't see how he can watch this episode back, look at how he conducted himself and behaved, and walk away feeling like he came across as... Listen, if I'm anybody who was looking to buy Brian's book, I'm not, right? I didn't hear anything during this episode or previous episodes that make me think, yeah, let me get some life advice from Brian. I'm sorry, no. But if I'm somebody who was interested in buying his book for life advice, this would make me think, bro, hold on, bro. Who am I taking life advice from, bro? This man can't even regulate his emotions after getting rejected. This is not the type of person that I want to take advice from, bro. You gonna listen to me. You gonna, sir. Hey, I pop because you short. You gonna listen to me. Oh, you're a follower. Listen, man. I'm short too, all right? I'm not 6 feet. Anything under 5'11" apparently is short, so I'm short too, all right? Y'all love to say I'm 5'4", I'm 5'3". No, ma'am. No, sir. I'm 5'9" with shoes on, 5'8" without, bruh. All right, and this has actually been doctor measured me. But yeah, bruh. And what you see here too is you're really about to see like how coming out your masculine frame, like it really works against you, because now guess what happens? All the other women that Brian goes to talk to, They start telling Brian, man, I don't even want to talk to you, bro. I don't want to argue, man. Just next, bye. Yo, bro, he starts looking like the feminine one.
Your name and age?
Hi, I'm Ty. I'm 27.
How you doing?
Ty, what do you do?
I'm an entrepreneur. I'm the owner of Fat Bar. I'm a lash tech. I do everything esthetician field, basically.
Okay.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
It's the height. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
No
for me.
problem. No problem. It's all good.
Is she someone that's your type?
Not really. You know what I mean? But she's good. You know what I mean? She's all right. You know, I don't really like the weave. I don't like the lashes. I don't really like all that.
So what's the difference?
I like
of
to keep it
height
natural.
thing?
You know?
What's the difference
What's the difference with what?
of a girl saying she don't want you for your height, and then you don't want
It's
me
just
'cause I
it's just
got
the same
weave and
fixation
lashes?
that y'all use in every episode.
So
That's
it's the
really
same
all
fixation
it's about.
of
I don't really
lash
care
and
about
weave.
how
Next,
I don't
thank you.
really I don't really care about the height thing. I really
Next,
don't
thank
because
you.
I'm confident about
Let's
that.
move
But
on.
you know,
Your name and age?
My name is LaPortia and I'm 30.
You said LaPortia?
Yes.
Okay. And LaPortia, what do you do?
I have a lot of trades. I'm a veteran. I'm a cosmetologist. I have a CDL and I just finished school for cybersecurity.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
I'm not interested.
And what is it, may I ask?
I don't really want to like have an argument with you. I just don't like the way you speak to other women.
there we go again. A girl's girl.
It's fine.
A girl's
Thank you.
girl. I don't really like the box eyebrows.
Okay.
So
They're not for you.
But you know, they
They're
definitely not for me, baby.
Exactly.
You hear me?
He walked away with no matches, of course, man. Yeah, bro. Brian, the first episode, man, we were rooting for you, man. You was, giving that good ism, giving that good red pill, even though I feel like red pill is goofy, but, you was giving the positive side of what red pill has to offer if there is a positive side. But on this episode, bro, you just look goofy, man. Let me know in the comment section, man. Do y'all agree with me? Y'all think Brian looks goofy? And bro, we can disagree, okay? Because a lot of y'all love to take us disagreeing personally, bro. We are never gonna have the same opinion. I can think Brian looks goofy, you can think Brian looks good, or vice versa, right? But y'all just take us disagreeing way too personally, bro. Bro, we're not the same person. We're gonna have different opinions, okay, people? Let me know in the comment section what do you guys think, all right? And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen to find out how this washed up rapper got humiliated and tried to fight the interviewer. I'm gonna see you guys in this video somewhere on my screen. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.